Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I'm sure you are able to hear me fine. Just say hi in the chat if you are joining me live. Just say hi in the chat if you're joining me live. Today, I have actually, you must be feeling that I'm a bit low on energy today. The reason is the topic, and the reason is so many posts I'm seeing for last 7 days and last 2 months about mass layoffs in India, in US, in tech companies, in services companies, in startups, in tech companies. And not just that, so many people saying I was laid off yesterday, and people are helping that person up. And I know there are 10 times more people who are actually not voicing their frustrations out. They are either laid off or they're actually worried about their that whether they would be the next. And my heart really reaches out to them. So, but guys, you know what? There is a silver lining to this, and there should be a way out of this. So that's what we are going to talk about today. That what can we do in this season of layoffs? Okay, which more and more news might come, right? We never know. What can we do as professionals, as job seekers, as senior professionals, or freshers? How should we enter, or how should we end this 2022 and enter 2023? All right. So if you're watching me live, just say hi so that I'll know who is watching me live. Hi, Samujwal. Thank you so much for joining me. Uh, what I have today is I have the agenda I have 6 inspiring tips. Okay, those will cheer you up for sure, and that will take you to the concrete action and not really worry about this layoff, or you're already part of a layoff. This will help you bounce back from layoff. Okay, I'll give you 6 concrete tips you can start using and really make this 2022 on a high note. Okay. uh, that guys, the first step is we got to do a skill inventory. Okay, all of us have to continuously do skill inventory. And I'll tell you a story. I was in a last corporate job. I was a scientist at Tata Research Center, and one day I saw a senior person. I mean, we used to sit in a big cubicle. So I saw that person in the evening making his resume, and I was thinking, oh, this person is leaving. He was kind of a mentor to me. And I literally asked this person that, why are you making your resume? He said, Arshad, don't worry. I'm not leaving this place. I actually make my resume every year again and again, repeatedly, to check whether I've improved my resume over last year. When was the last time you did that? When was the last time you took the audit of your resume? Okay, as compared to last year, how have you improved? Okay, so do that skill inventory right now after this LinkedIn live. First, what you should be doing is, have you improved something over last year? It can be a skill, it can be a certification, it can be an awesome experience about a project, it can be a star of the month or an appreciation from a customer. Have you improved something on your resume? Also do a skill inventory. What are those skills you are putting on your resume? Are those still hip, or are you still putting outdated skills? Those That means that you know you will you might be the next one, right? You will not be valuable enough for the employer. Think like this. Okay, think from their perspective. So what can you do to actually take it to the next level? Okay, so do a thorough skill inventory. Also check the profiles of other people who are in your industry and what are the skills they are showing on their LinkedIn profiles. Okay, what are the next level skills in your industry? For example, you're in supply chain. Robotics is coming big time. Automation is coming big time. Data analytics is coming big time in supply chain, in warehouses. One of my students is actually doing a course regarding this. How can you stay hip in your current industry? Okay, so that was my first step. Okay, do a thorough skill inventory. Okay, if you got this, just type skills in the chat box, and after this call I want you to check your resume and do a inventory, and again I put skills in the chat. Okay, Thank you, Vivek. Thank you, Sudesh. Mayur, yes, you will get the recording in here itself. Thank you. Thank you so much. The second tip for you, inspiring tip for going through this layoff season is, if you brand yourself as a job seeker, as a typical professional who looks for a job, who wants someone to pay you, who wants someone to give you some work and in return give you salary, you're basically begging. You're basically asking for a job, some work, so that your expenses can be paid. Don't you think you're only thinking about yourself? Do employers really care about you? Or do they care about the value, the results you will deliver to them? Think about this. You are a KPI in your current organization. If you don't know this, even if you don't like this, even if you don't agree with this, it doesn't matter. The way organizations are run today, you are a number for them. Okay, let's be very clear, guys. I'm not being pessimist here. I've been an employee as well as an employer. Finally, at the end of the day, we are all, even if we're an employer or an employee, if you're a team manager right now, if you're a general manager, you know how finally uh, in your KPIs, in your balance scorecard, the people, the output matters, right? If you can brand yourself as the output giver, as the value giver, you know what? You will never be out of demand. People will reach out to you because they need output. Guys, let's be very clear. Layoffs don't mean that companies are closing. Layoffs don't mean that there won't be any jobs for us. Layoffs only mean that there will be trimming of people who are no longer required for the company, who are less performing, who are not giving that output which is expected for the new age, or kind of salary they are taking that they are not giving that much output. They mean many things. If you can brand yourself as a value giver, you will always be in demand. What do you mean by value giver? Put results on your resume. Don't say I handled a team. Doesn't matter. It was your job. What were the results of your team? Okay. Don't say I did this project. Doesn't matter. What was the output after that project? See this? Put numbers, put output oriented things, and they are called as power words on your resume. You brand yourself as a value giver, as a results oriented person. You will always be in demand, even in your current organization. Okay, when they are discussing your promotion, probably maybe layoffs, guys, we don't know what's going to happen. Your discussion about your name should be, no, this person gave this output to me last month, last quarter, this is what he could achieve. This should be discussion about your name, don't you think? Do you think you will get laid off? Think like this, okay? Instead of worrying about layoffs, think about what you can give it to them and brand yourself. Communicate that on your LinkedIn, on your resume, even to your boss. Communicate that, what are the results, any appreciations you are getting, what your team is saying, in your weekly calls, in your monthly meetings, one-on-ones, in your quarterly meetings. Make sure you are slowly communicating that. Okay, brand yourself as a value giver. If you got this, just type value in the chat. Okay, finally, you are in a market, you are in a job market, you are exchanging value in return of salary. Again, think about layoffs. Guys, take layoffs as dignified manner. It's just that they don't need your value or they don't need someone else's value. If you can always showcase that you are a value giver, who wouldn't want you? Think like this, okay? Instead of worrying about layoffs, I want you to think like champions, that I will give results. So not this company, the next company would be happy to hire me. Can you say that with confidence? And that's what I want for each one of you. Okay? Guys, forget about all these worries. Focus about your value. The next thing is, next tip for you is network, network, network. Even if you are in a great job right now, even your company is perfectly safe, or you are worried, what you should be doing is networking. Okay? Even if you are a great job, you are not looking for a job search, that's fine. And networking doesn't mean spamming HR managers, sending resumes to everyone. That is not networking. Networking is connecting with peers in your industry, in your company to start with. How many people in your own company you know from other departments also? How many people on LinkedIn you know? Now you are here on this live. Can you check other people who are attending? Can you see if they are in your industry or similar companies? Can you network with them? And again, do not send resume. Just say hi. Your pitch can be, I just saw that you are also working in this industry. I'm also looking to work in industry, or I've been working in this. Can we connect sometime? That should be your pitch. Network, network, network. Guys, what happens is that when worst thing happens in case of you, or you're really desperate for the next job, something bad happens in your case, you know whom to reach out. Okay? You should have that power circle already made, right? So even before something happens, you will know whom to reach out, and you will have that safety net, you will have that power circle around you. How many people in your industry know you? Make that number, make that calculation. It should be very high, and key people in your industry should know. Your colleagues, your potential boss in new companies, general managers, industry leaders. Follow them on LinkedIn, connect with them, comment on their posts, be active in your networking. There must be offline events happening, industry association events in your locations. There must be online webinars happening. Do go check them out. Also for what they are saying, but also for the people coming to them. If you got this, just type NNN, network, network, network. That is the best bet for you to have that power circle already made, and you will know whom to reach out when you need the next job. Okay. So again, guys, what we are discussing, if you are just coming live with me, just say hi to me. What we are discussing is how can we be champions in the world of layoffs. Okay. Yes, Samujwal, Patalwar, Gopal, thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you got this, just type NNN. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is keep an emergency fund. Okay. Now I would like to talk few things about little personal. Yes, there are things happening. I don't know how 2023 will pan out. Some people are talking about global recession. Do you have 6 months of emergency fund? So if something happens with your job, or you get a pay cut, whatever, can you survive for 6 months? Your current expenses, family expenses, your EMI, your grocery expenses. Can you maintain your current lifestyle for 6 months without worry? Okay, that is called as emergency fund. At least 6 months of emergency fund. If you don't have it, that's your first financial goal actually. Okay, that is the like 101 of investments. First you should build your emergency fund, and then you should think about other investments. Okay, keep an emergency fund. What will happen is that when you have these worries, you will feel nice, you have that much time. Indirectly, even if you have to go for the next job, you will have 6 months of time to go for the next one, to get that next one, right? And that is a good amount of time. I'm running a community career champions club of senior professionals. Most of my students get the next job within 60 to 90 days. Okay, if you really put in effort, concrete effort, hard effort with a job strategy, you get the next job within 90 days. So have that buffer of 6 months. Okay, so if you got this, just type EF, emergency fund. Okay, if you got this. Um, yes, Gopal. Thank you, Gopal. You found this inspiring. Great. Ranjit, awesome, guys. Thank you so much for joining with me. Next is have emotional safety net. It's yes, even me actually go through a lot of worries, right? All of us have. The external world is really complicated, dynamic. Every morning we have new news, bad news coming up. Have an emotionally safety net. Have a good family network and a friends network whom you can reach out to when you're really feeling down. It's 9 o'clock or maybe 10, 11 in the night, and you are just not able to go to sleep because you're really worried. Do you have someone to reach out to? Think like this. Okay. And when you really feel that, no, I mean, I'm not going to make it, it's going to feel bad. How many times you face these anxiety attacks? Do you have mentors? Do you have a career coach to reach out to, who will not only, actually help, will not only cheer you up, but actually give you the next steps? Do you have that emotional safety net? Guys, me, I have three mentors, I have three friends, and I have my family network whom I can first reach out to when I get these anxiety attacks, or I feel down, or I really face big failures. Okay? And I made it in the sense that I've told them that you are in my safety net. I've told them that you are my mentor. I've told them that you are my best friend. And can I call you late in the night as well? Let's say, yes, Harshad. And in return, I'm saying that I will be the first person to help you when you need it. Do you have five people at least? Okay, instead of having 10,000 LinkedIn friends, instead of having 1,000 Facebook friends, have those 10 people as your strong power circle. Okay, all of us need this. Finally, this human connection matters, right? If you got this, just type ES, emotional safety net. Okay, we all need this, guys. We need that human touch. Have a emotional safety net of friends, of coaches and mentors whom will pick your call when you need it. Okay, and guys, the next final step is build that patience and resilience. As live in a world of distractions, we live in a world of fast-paced things. But you know what? Let's be patient. Okay, let's be patient and build that resilience. This shall too pass. Okay, if you are having that anxiety attack right now, if you are really worried about, say to yourself, this shall too pass. Have that self belief. When was the last time you also face big trouble? You went through that exercise, you went through that difficult situation, you came out of that. When was the last time you faced maybe an accident, maybe a loved one, you faced a death of a loved one? When was the biggest trouble you faced and you came out of that, right? Remember those moments. Build that patience and resilience. What happens, guys, when you get into this anxiety and survival instincts, your thinking completely stops and you get into, those heartbeats go up and all. When you have built this patience and resilience, you start thinking about ways in which you can counter. You start thinking about what can you do about it. You start taking things in the right manner, in the right perspective. Okay, so you build that patience and resilience. I know it's easier than said done, but that's where you need a community of people around you, and that's what I'm actually building as Career Champions Club. And just yesterday in our Wednesday call, people said that, Harshad, after this session of 2 hours, because we are thinking about job search career together, I felt that supported. I felt there is silver lining on the other side. Some of them are going through, being out of job, and they are going through that phase, but they felt supported. Okay, so you build that patience and resilience by actually having a safety net, by actually being in a community of action takers, and that's what I'm actually building. So if you want to know what actually happens in Career Champions Club, what I want you to do is that just meet me live on Zoom for live masterclass. Okay, so Sunday 13 November 8 p.m. harshadbhagwat.com/webinar. You will have to register. It will not be open because I go through very in-depth job search strategies, and what I share only in my paid community, I share in these webinars. And it's because in Zoom I really go in deep. Okay, I share my screen, I share my presentation, and I'll take you step by step how you can go through your job search journey. All right, so this is going to be Sunday, and it's till that time, if you have any questions, put in the comments. I'll be happy to take those up. Okay, you put comments in wherever you are watching this, LinkedIn, YouTube. Make sure you're putting comments, and if you have any question, or you just want to share your worries, things are not happening, you're getting rejected, what are the challenges you are facing, please put in the comments. I would be happy to take those up. Tirumala is saying, yes, virtual friends, yes, they work but have real friends at the same time. Okay, virtual friends you can have thousands, yes, they have their own place, but have real friends. Tirumala, exactly. Yes, Gopal, Samujwal, Ranjit, thank you so much for joining. Patalwar, thank you. Vivek, thank you. Guys, if you have any questions, put in the comments. I'll be happy to take those. Uh, just to repeat, the 6 steps or 6 inspiring tips I shared is: do a thorough skill inventory, brand yourself as a value giver. And guys, if you have missed this, you can rewind, okay? After I end this live, you will have the video at the same location wherever you are watching this, okay? So I do not have to share the recording, you already have the recording, okay? The third tip I shared is network, network, network. Fourth is keep an emergency fund. Fifth, have emotional safety net of friends and coaches and mentors. Build patience and resilience by actually working on your mindset when before actually you get into a situation. Okay, build that patience and resilience. Okay, and finally, if you want more on this, meet me live in this free webinar I'm doing this Sunday, 13th November, 8 p.m. harshadbhagwat.com/webinar. I'll be putting the link in the comments myself after this live. Any questions, everyone? Happy to take those up. Otherwise, if I can take your leave, I just thought of doing this quick live tonight because I think you must be feeling my voice is also a bit low because I'm seeing so many posts. Couple of them reached out to me that I was one of those people laid off during this month. So my heart really goes out to you. Anything I can help you with, be happy to. What guys I would like to leave you with is I have a couple of YouTube videos, okay, on this exact topic. How do you bounce back after a layoff, and how do you do job search during layoff season? So I have YouTube videos already made. They are in-depth YouTube videos. So I would leave those links also in the comments. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me live. Thank you so much. And even if you put comments after this, I'll be answering those. So thank you so much. See you soon, everyone. Thank you. And God bless you. My best wishes for each one of you. Thank you so much.